Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Undisciplined Mind podcast for Monday, July 18th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. When she's found, I'm gonna have a hard time remembering to not say that. I thought today I would call this Miscellaneous Monday, because I just got a bunch of little crap that I thought I would spend a little bit of time on. Nothing I want to spend whole episodes on, but I just thought I've got a list here attached to the steering wheel, and thought I'd just kind of run through them. First of all, I thought I'd share a patio book that off of patiobooks.com. It's a first for me. I did not finish it. I am not going to finish it. It is called Moonskin. I do not remember the author's name, but the title's pretty distinct, or distinctive, I guess we should say. It was actually a pretty interesting setup. You had kind of a political landscape going on with cities on the moon, and you had an area that was kind of the slums of the moon, where a couple of the main characters came from, and you had Mars was a penal planet, and there was all this political intrigue between a station called Lunar One, which is like actually out one of the Lagrange points, and the moon colony and Earth, and it really I thought had some promise, and I did like the characters well enough, but the problem was just exposition. Holy crap. Every bit of backstory, well, I don't know every bit, but boy, you'd have, there's a spot in like episode 3 or episode 4 where this guy gets shot and he wakes up and he's like laying on this floor, having been given some first aid, and then like he goes off for 15 minutes in backstory, and it happens over and over and over again. Out of 5 25-minute episodes, I bet I maybe got one episode of plot, and all the rest of it was just exposition, backstory stuff. And yeah, it got to the point where I was, and after a while, it's just kind of like he's droning on and on. I'm just like, was there a point to this? And I just, on the 5th episode, you just said, no, I'm done. So yeah, I mean, listen to that one at your own peril. I mean, it was fine technically. The reading was good. It was just like, wow, that really needed to be, the work itself really needed to be a lot more focused. I am working on a search for the website as far as how I want to do it. I'm thinking about Wix, thinking about Weebly. I'm actually thinking about switching over to WordPress and do a hosted WordPress site. I'm also, the thing I'm trying to think of doing is kind of split the blog off into two separate blogs. The Ramblings blog, which would be like this and any other silly stuff I do, and then to have kind of the Penslinger blog, which is going to be the more professional side. Now the wife suggested just doing a link to the Ramblings blog and just leave that on Blogger, and just link to it as an external site. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not necessarily thrilled with it, but I've been trying to make some progress on this. I'm looking at a lot of different options. As far as how it looks and the web builder and all that kind of stuff, Wix is something I really like, but the blog functionality is weak there, and so that's kind of a key part of what I need to be able to do. So Weebly's better, but it's better as far as the blog functionality, but it's a little more I think. So I don't know. I'm still doing that. Editing progress. I've been doing the read-through edits on the third book of the Borrowed Time chronology, as it's being called right now. and I'm about at the so I think that's moving along pretty well. I do need to. I do want to get it done, get it in the wife's hands so she can edit it. So I need to keep rolling. Green Glam, one of my Twitter followers, was like, where the heck's your book today? And I liked the comment where she was giving Paul Cooley a hard time. And she's like, oh, well, since you like that, then where's your book? So I told her, I'm working on it. She's like, all right. Keep moving, bucko. So yeah, I am working on that. I think I'm just crossed the halfway point this morning. So I am rolling on that. CPAP frustration continues. I don't remember where I left off before, but I had they were supposed to get me something like last Thursday, I think it was. Maybe it was Wednesday. And I called them up and they made an appointment for today. I had an appointment at 4. It's now 4:47. That should tell you something. They called me today and said, well, we're still trying to get a loaner unit for you, so we got to cancel this appointment. They'll call you when he gets in. We're going out of town as of Wednesday. I don't think it's going to get done before then, but we'll see. One thing that I did make a decision on a week or so ago, and I don't think I've talked about it, is kind of coming out of my vision and mission episode, is that I'm now going to be. I decided that it really probably made the most sense to not be dividing my focus between trying to find an agent and selling certain books, and then also self-pubbing, and then of course you get the decision of, all right, I'm going to self-pub, and which books am I going to try to use in an agent search and whatever. And what I've decided is that at least for the next 2 years, I'm just going to concentrate on self-pub. I've got 3 books to get published. I'm planning on writing a 4th book in November. And then I believe one of my goals was to write 2 books a year starting next year. So, I should be able to have, by the end of next year, hopefully 5 new ebooks sitting out there on Amazon. So I did decide that I'm just going to worry about self-pubbing, and I will worry about traditional publishing closer to the end of my 6-year plan, or maybe I'll decide I'm doing well enough self-pub and I don't even need to try to go the traditional route. So we'll see on that. But for now, I'm a self-publisher, and that's all I'm really going to worry about. And then the last thing is, I finally got past that spot where I was stuck on Tomb Raider. There's this one spot where I had all these guys coming after me, and I don't know what it was, but there was I had a little bit of time on, I think it was Saturday, and I don't know, I just kind of felt like I was ready for combat, and it took me I think 3 tries, and I got past it. And I was like, oh, yes. And so, I played a bit more past that and was having great fun, doing some more battles and whatnot. And then it took me a few more tries, did a few times. And now I am battling this thing called the Oni, which is just like imagine a huge, and I wasn't even sure if they were human, but apparently they are of some kind. But imagine this 15 foot tall, may not be quite that tall, but close, 12, 15, somewhere in that range, samurai warrior. So they got this armor on in the front, and you don't see anything human in the front. And I knew I was going to have to battle one of them. At least I'm hoping it's just one. I really am hoping. And even back when I was at the spot where I was stuck, I'm thinking, when I got to battle that thing, I'm going to be stuck in a little arena kind of thing I can't get out of. And so I had to play across an area. We're at the big final area here where all sorts of stuff's going down, but I'm trying to work my way to it, and I'm battling through all these through all these guys, and I get to the point where I meet up with one of these Oni, and of course I'm in this little circular space. It's not really an arena, but it's in the circular space I can't get out of. And the way I got to do it is he's got this huge club, and if he gets a direct hit on me, I'm just smashed. So I got to keep moving, and then I need to get behind him. And sometimes when he really smashes the club down, he's kind of like hunched over. His back is totally open, so this is some kind of a humanoid guy. I don't know. And his back is totally open, and you got to shoot his back. And then you get to the point where you can finish him off, and you got to walk up to him, and you got to hit. They've had these things over the course of the game where you've got like one of these signature moves, and you have to hit Y and maybe tap on the Y button, and then at the appropriate time you got to hit B. And usually it's pretty easy to get it. And this thing was like you hit Y, and then the B button just flashes. I mean, you've got to be right on. It took me like 3 tries to get to the point where I did that, but that doesn't kill him. That's like you got waypoints. I don't know how many we're gonna have, but now I've got some more of these guys that have arrows that have come into the area, plus the big guy. So I kind of need to figure out I guess the sweet spot of, do I worry about fighting the big guy or trying to get behind the big guy, or do I worry about getting these stupid archers out of my face, and then I can concentrate on killing the big guy. I think that's probably what I want to do. I was kind of ignoring them, and then I think they were kind of shooting me. So I need to get that figured out at some point when I feel like working there again. So, but I was glad that at least I got past the point where I was at. That was good news. But I'm at 12 minutes, and that's the end of my list. So I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. Till then, be seeing you.